In the previous class, we have seen the solution of state equation and obtaining the state transition matrix by means of Laplace transformation method. In this class, we are going to see a power series method. So, in power series method, how we are going to obtain the state transition matrix. As we discussed, we all know that the state transition matrix is represented with e to the power of at. So in this e power at can be written by using power for in case of your power series method, e to the power of at is written as 1 plus at plus a square t square plus a cube t cube. Likewise it goes on. So instead of 1 you need to write a identity matrix. Therefore the formula to identify your state transition matrix is e to the power of at is equal to e to the power of at equal to 1 plus at. A is your matrix. A square t square. 1 divided by 2 factorial a square t square. Likewise it goes on till 1 divided by k factorial a k t to the power of k. Likewise if you A is a matrix, okay, here also a square, when you do a square it will be a matrix, but 1 is a constant, so we need to convert this one as an identity matrix. So in the place of 1 you can write identity matrix. Therefore the formula has become a y plus at plus 1 divided by 2 factorial a square t square plus 1, and it goes on till 1 divided by k factorial ak tk. Now here 1 divided by 1 factorial, so I can write it as e power at is equal to summation I is equal to 0 to infinity 1 divided by I factorial ai t power I. So it is the formula to calculate your state transition matrix for in case of your power series method. Now for under this we'll solve one problem. Take down the same problem which we have solved earlier by using your Laplace transformation method. Find e to the power of at for a is equal to 0, 1, 2, minus 3 using power series method. So what is the formula to identify your e power at in case of your power series method? E power at is equal to I plus a t plus a square t square, and it goes on. Here what is the order of the matrix? The order of the matrix is 2 cross 2. So we need to we can write some more terms. Here I can write it as e power at is equal to I plus 1 at plus a square t square plus a cube t cube, and it goes on. So we know what is our A. A is the matrix given over here. A square means 2 times you multiply the A, and you can multiply the matrix directly in your calculator. Same thing, you can load your matrix, one matrix in the calculator, and you can do A cube. Likewise you can calculate how much terms you want because it is a power series method. After that you have to substitute it. I is your identity matrix plus when you multiply this one you will be getting 0t. So here after solving this complete terms you are getting 1 minus t square plus t cube plus, and it goes on. Same thing for the first row second column you are getting this term, and for the first row second row first column you are getting this terms. Same likewise. So after adding your complete terms you are obtaining this particular matrix. Now if you consider your first element 1 minus t square plus t cube, we know that e to the power of minus t is equal to so and so terms. So it is equal to 1 plus minus t 1 divided by 2 factorial minus t square. So therefore 2 e to the power of minus t is equal to 2 minus 2t plus t square minus 1 by 3 t cube, and likewise e to the power of minus 2t is equal to, you can simplify all these things, and finally you will be getting, hence the series of the element present as a first element is 2 e to the power of minus t minus e to the power of minus 2t. But practically this task is difficult, so we will not be preferring this particular method for solving your state transition matrix. Hence we are going for your Clay-Hamilton method. So in Clay-Hamilton method, we'll check how to identify your state transition matrix. So in Clay-Hamilton method, this theorem, it is a theorem. So every square matrix means whatever we have in the matrix A, every square matrix A should satisfy its own characteristics equation. So we all know what is your characteristics equation. The characteristics equation is Si minus A. The Clay-Hamilton method, it is a theorem where it specifies that every square matrix should satisfy its own characteristics equation. Now you consider your characteristics equation is Si minus A. Now you need to consider your characteristics polynomial. So what is your characteristics polynomial equation? It is lambda I minus A equal to 0, because equation can be framed only if you are substituting lambda I minus A is equal to 0, and the roots of this characteristics equation will give a eigenvalue. The eigenvalue is represented by the term called lambda, and this value will define the stability of the system. So this is already known terms by you guys. Now we will consider the function, because lambda is the one which is used for specifying your eigenvalue, right? So now we will consider one function f of lambda. F of lambda is equal to lambda I minus A is equal to 0. Now if you expand this f of lambda using a series of equations, you will be getting lambda n. How I am saying this one in the sense, if you after substituting lambda I minus A is equal to 0, and when you take a determinant value for this, you consider you are going to have S2, S plus 2, 0, 1, S, 2S, 3. Like this if you are having means. Now if you identify the determinant value for this. So if you identify a determinant value, you will be getting S cube, some constant term into S square, some constant term into S, plus some constant term is equal to 0. So we will be getting like this. This one we are going to simplify and write it as this f of lambda. After identifying the determinant value, you will be getting an equation which is nothing but your characteristics equation in the form of lambda power n plus, as I told, S cube plus some constant into S square plus some constant into S, and it goes on. So here if you see, it is lambda to the power of n plus some constant a1, lambda to the power of n minus 1 plus some constant a2, lambda to the power of n minus 3. Likewise it goes on till a n minus 1 lambda and then an is equated to 0. So this is the equation shown over here according to Clay-Hamilton method. So what the theorem says, every square matrix A should satisfy its own characteristics equation. So we will be writing it as f of A is equal to every characteristics equation, in the sense the eigenvalue, the roots of the characteristics equation will be getting the eigenvalue. From there we can write f of A is equal to a power n, a1, a power n minus 1, and it goes on. Just in this equation replace all lambda by means of your A matrix. As the theorem states, every square matrix A should satisfy its own characteristics equation. Clear? Next one is here we have written it as A power n plus, here A power n A1. So A power n, here when you look at this, A is your matrix, A1 is your constant. So we need to multiply it with the identity matrix. So when you do so, you will be getting the polynomial equation. P of A is equal to A0 I plus A1 A plus A2 A square. Like this, we'll be getting one equation. Therefore, as every square matrix should satisfy its own characteristics equation, we'll be getting P of lambda is equal to, just replace all A by means of lambda in this particular equation. divide one over the other, that is p of lambda divided by f of lambda, you will get a new term q of lambda plus r of lambda divided by f of lambda. R of lambda is nothing but your remainder polynomial and q of lambda is going to be your quotient polynomial. Therefore, the remainder polynomial r of lambda is equal to alpha naught, alpha 1 lambda, alpha 2 lambda square, and it goes on till alpha n minus 1 lambda n minus 1. Here lambda, you will be finding out the remainder polynomial. So when you solve the problem, you will come to know clearly what exactly it is. First we will solve the problem so that you will come to know. So in this, the procedure to calculate your eigenvalue is, we need to identify what is lambda I minus a determinant value. Then you have to identify the r of lambda polynomial. For example, I'll show along with the problem. You can consider this problem. The function, find out the, find f of a. So you need to identify f of a is equal to a to the power of 12. For the matrix A, it means that a into a into a into like this, it goes on till 12 times. So where the multiplication will become a complex one. Now we can eliminate all this complex with the use of your Clay-Hamilton method. So in Clay-Hamilton method, first we will be writing what is the function we need to identify, f of a. It is nothing but a to the power of 12. Now here you need to use a polynomial equation p of lambda. P of lambda is equal to lambda to the power of 12. Okay. Now identify what is lambda I minus a. You all know lambda is a constant, I is your identity matrix. So when you find it is lambda, identity matrix means 1 0 0 1. What is your A matrix? A matrix is 0 1 minus 2 minus 3. So if you find lambda I minus a, you will get lambda 0 0 lambda minus a is 0 1 minus 2 minus 3. So when you minus it, you will be getting lambda minus 1. Here 2 lambda plus 3. So it is the equation that has been identified for lambda I minus a. Then identify your characteristics equation, that is identify the determinant value for this, so that you will get one equation. From there you can identify what is your eigenvalues lambda. For this particular problem, you are getting two eigenvalues, one is lambda 1, other one is lambda 2. Then you need to identify your remainder polynomial r of lambda. Here how many eigenvalues are there? Two eigenvalues. So we in the remainder polynomial will be having only two terms, which is equal to alpha naught plus alpha 1 into lambda. Okay. Now in this remainder polynomial, at lambda 1 is equal to minus 1. What is your remainder polynomial equation? So individually you need to identify remainder polynomial equation. For the first time, so when you substitute lambda 1 is equal to minus 1 in this equation, you will get alpha naught. So this equation is obtained at lambda 1 is equal to minus 1. This particular here again we need to substitute the value of lambda 2 in the remainder polynomial equation. So at lambda 1 is equal to minus 1, the remainder polynomial equation is alpha naught minus alpha 1 is equal to minus 1 to the power of 12. Okay. Next one, at lambda 2 is equal to minus 2, the remainder polynomial equation is alpha naught minus 2 alpha 1 is equal to minus 2 to the power of 12. So like this you will be framing two equations like an algebraic equation. Then you will be calculating one over the other. Like here you can make a subtraction of these two equations. So you will be getting the value of alpha 1. Likewise you calculate the term alpha naught and alpha 1 with a simple algebraic addition or subtraction, and even you can use it with the matrix term. Later you need to identify the function f of a. F of a is equal to a to the power of 12, which is nothing but r of a, which we can write it as alpha naught I plus alpha 1 a is equal to, what is the value of alpha naught? Alpha naught is 4034. I is nothing but your identity matrix, whose matrix is equal to the order of the matrix A. Then alpha 1 A. So from this it is identified the a to the power of 12. So this is how you need to identify your state transition matrix for Clay-Hamilton method. One more time I will summarize the steps what you exactly you need to do. You wanted to calculate your f of a. Okay, f of a formula is going to be f of a, some values they are asking you to find. For that you need to write a remainder polynomial. Before writing your remainder polynomial, you need to identify your eigenvalues. Suppose if you are getting 3 eigenvalues like r, lambda 1, lambda 2, lambda 3, then the remainder polynomial equation will be, the remainder polynomial equation is going to be alpha naught plus alpha 1 lambda plus alpha 2 lambda. Likewise is equal to the function what you are going to identify. After identifying the value of alpha naught, alpha 1 and alpha 2, you need to identify the actual function f of a, which is going to be alpha naught into I plus alpha 1 into a plus alpha 2 into a square. Like that it goes on. It is a function, that is a, f of a is equal to, like this if they ask the problem, identify f of a is equal to a to the power of minus 12. This is the procedure. Now you can identify your state transition matrix for one more type of problem that we will discuss in the next class. Thank you students.